This video is all about looking for opportunity. So I just want to put this to you that complaining about how bad things are doesn't actually get you anywhere. It doesn't get you any closer to a solution, and it certainly doesn't put you in a position of power, position of self-empowerment. So you can flip the script. You can flip the script because mindset is everything, right? So the best year of my life was 2007 when I went through extreme pain and nearly died, and obviously had my face surgically peeled off. That was the best year of my life. But 2020 is the second best year for sure, beyond any doubt. Like, to be implementing the things that I've been teaching people for so many years and looking for opportunity, because remember, all adversity is just opportunity. That's all it is. It's just in disguise while it's happening. So it's hard to see the picture when you're in the frame. So by doing a reframe and saying where's the opportunity and what's going on right now, you are actually the creator of your own destiny. Okay, you're in a position of self-empowerment. By complaining about how bad things are, it just doesn't get us anywhere. It doesn't get the people you love anywhere, the people around you that are also exposed to your energy field as well. Okay, so what this video is really about is saying, depending on how you look at things, right? When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So if Nelson Mandela can sit in that prison cell and say that every time he was beaten, every hit that he received took him one step closer to becoming Prime Minister, then that should give you an understanding of the power of mindset. When I say to you that breaking almost every single bone in the human face, shattering it, and all the time I spent in hospital and having my face reconstructed time after time after time, and breaking my back in 6 places, if that is still to this day the best thing that's ever happened to me, then there's got to be a secret formula for this, and that secret formula is you've got to dig for the diamond. You see, wisdom is a memory without an emotional charge. I just want you to think about that for a second. You don't have a time machine, you can't change the roads you've walked down, you can't change the decisions you've made. But if you can dig for the diamond, and dig for the teaching and the lesson that was in every single event that you've ever experienced, when the brain grabs that value, that diamond, you're now empowered. Your energy is in this present moment rather than being wrapped up in an event in the past that you don't have a time machine. You can't go back and change it. All you have is the ability, this muscle of awareness, and to be able to view yourself and view your mindset and view the story that you're telling yourself every single day, and watch the thinker, to become the observer, like one of the last chapters in my book. Okay, so to actually view yourself and view the thought pattern means you're no longer the program, you're no longer the thought pattern. You can choose something better, because through awareness, consciousness chooses its chemistry. Okay, the brain's always signaling the body constantly. The mind-body connection is so well established, it's not even funny. Okay, you're thinking thoughts, you're thinking angry thoughts, your brain releases neurotransmitters for the brain, also produces a neuropeptide for the body, travels down to the cell, lands with the cell wall, and a gene is expressed. It's coding for a protein, and now you feel an emotion in the body that was equal to the thought, the crappy thought, or the angry thought you had in your head, or the thought you had in your head of love and compassion and understanding for everyone, and now the mirror, okay? The body's mirroring the brain's mirroring the body. So consciousness, when you know how to exercise awareness, is always choosing its chemistry. But when you're running a program and you're not aware, you are on autopilot, and you are walking a predictable line of time from your past and your future. And I can predict exactly what you'll think, feel, and say 10 years from now if you keep running the same programs, which are just literally a set of hardwired neurological networks in your brain that you fire and wire together, fired and wired together, fired and wired together. And as you keep creating the same level of mind, it produces your personality. And people would say, oh, so-and-so, Doug over there, is got an angry temperament. Well, Doug could be someone different if he chose to be, if he watched the thinker and stepped outside of the program for a second. Consciousness chooses its chemistry. We are creators we are no longer running a program, that's when we're in the driver's seat. That's when you are the architect. You are the designer of your own destiny, of your own life. Anything that you want to experience, it's yours. It's yours, baby. This is like a sandpit. This is like a playground, like children, and we get to play and construct our own life and our own meaning of how we attach that meaning to the events in our life. That will either produce victim mindset, and the world will happen to you every single day, or you'll be a creator. You'll emulate the higher consciousness that's regulating the systems of your body and growing your fingernails and beating your heart for you beyond conscious awareness. It's doing it all because it's a loving intelligence. So you get to emulate that intelligence, okay? That intelligence that doesn't discriminate, right? Regardless of your sexual preference or the color of your skin or the sort of music you like to listen to or the job that you have, or, you know, it doesn't think that, you know, oh, you're a judge, so you're more important, or you're an actor, so you're more important than the tradie or the woman working in hospitality. It doesn't discriminate. It actually gives life to all of us equally. So I want you to understand that there's opportunity in everything. You've just got to know where to look for it. So rather than saying I can't or it can't be done, you always need to say how. How could it be done? Because every single moment, if Nelson Mandela is sitting there in that prison cell, and the meaning he's attached to being beaten every single day is I'm one step closer, I'm one step closer, I'm one step closer. He's not superhuman. He's not like supernatural. This is all of us. Every single human being, all of us on this planet, have the ability to change in this breath, in this moment right now. But you cannot do it when you're running a program. You cannot do it when you're bound by your past. You cannot do it if you're a victim. You cannot do it from that state, because that's a state of lack and separation. You have to do it from wholeness and synthesis. So what I am impressing upon you is to look for opportunities. Go digging for the diamonds. You are sifting for a gift. You're mining for gold. And you've got to wade through some muddy water. You've got to go through the minutiae and that junk that people get caught up in, but you don't need to get caught up in it. The meaning you attach to the events in your life will become your experience, and they will either be empowering or they'll be disempowering, and it's completely up to you. You are choosing that every single day. My face being surgically removed and all the pain I went through, let me put it this way, wisdom is a memory without an emotional charge. Okay, when you still have that charge, it's called resistance to what is, which causes suffering, and that's the law of Buddhism. All suffering is caused by resistance to what is. So as soon as you have your past, but there's no charge, there's no you're not running around trying to get love or trying to get validation or trying to say you wouldn't understand what I've been through. Now look, we go through a process, okay? We always go through a linear process to get to a place of enlightenment, for sure. But what I'm trying to say to you is that you need to always look at what's the opportunity, what could be the lesson here, how could I be stronger because of this? Because then you're empowered. Because we don't get to choose. You don't get to stop the hands of time ticking. You don't get to stop, your loved ones passing away and things beginning and ending. That's the law. This is this universe of polarity, mechanistic, universe where we experience linear time and separation and entropy, things breaking down, moving from order to chaos. So you can either resist and fight against the flow of the universe eternally, which will always disempower you, or you can dig for the diamonds. You can dig for the diamonds, and as soon as you attach the right meaning to it, like I'm talking positive, pro-life, empowering meaning, the brain grabs that and it wraps myelin around it. So it's neurologically embedded now in your brain, and these oligodendrocytes, these specialized cells, come in and they wrap this insulating substance around that neurological pathway so it can conduct its electrochemical impulse even faster. And that's why Einstein, and I know I'm moving fast here, that's why Einstein was so intelligent. He had more myelin, had more fat in his head. So he was literally processing information faster than almost all of us. And so we call him a genius. So that's my video. I'm cutting it right now. look for opportunity. The world's going into fear, the world's going into panic. I just decided I'm going to thrive. I'm going to just jump on the phone and reach out to one of my idols. And here we are, just wrapping up the second of 2 back-to-back EPs up here in Byron Bay. You can either persecute me for loving life right now because I'm so happy, or you can get on board. You can get on board because I know that misery loves company, but there's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that others don't feel insecure around you. There's nothing enlightened about that. You were born, and I was born, to make manifest the glory of the universe, the higher consciousness, to make that manifest in our life. That's why we're here, to emulate that intelligence, to fall down sometimes, to pick ourselves up sometimes, to do nothing sometimes, and to keep bringing these experiences with us, hopefully to become more wise. But there is no wisdom when there's still an emotional charge. There's no wisdom if you resist what is constantly in your life. You can't reach enlightenment by struggling against the flow of the universe. Okay? So always look for opportunity, always look for that diamond, and the faster you grab that diamond, the faster you move back to self-empowerment. Because babies aren't born with depression. We experience a linear life. Something happens, boom, this event, mum did this, brother did that, sister did this, my ex-husband, whatever, and boom, at that point in time, there's a predictable emotion that you probably haven't processed, we don't process, and we resist what is, and then part of our energy is wrapped up. It's stored in that past event, and then we just can continue rehearsing how it was the worst thing that ever happened to us, or we can grab the diamond that's in it. And once there's that memory without an emotional charge, you've got wisdom. Now you can help other people. Because enlightenment means I've been through it. I process it. I'm stronger because of it, and now I want to help other human beings. I want to help my community. I want to help my country. I want to help the planet. Because that's love. You can give your love freely to other people. But it's very hard, and I've been in that place. I lived in that place for over a decade of contraction, where you can't see value in anything. It's a bad place. It's so painful, and I know that pain. But what separates me now from that Damien that was there that night before he crashed his car is gratitude, and making sure that I always come back to attaching the right meaning to the events in my life. Because I know that if I attach a disempowering meaning, the brain's going to wrap it. Your brain starts to look neurologically, anatomically, it changes its structure, and it looks like the mindset of someone who's stuck. It looks like the mindset of someone who's a victim. But it can also change in this breath to the mindset, okay, the mindset of someone who's winning, of someone who's contributing, of someone who's expressing their love, expressing their light, someone who's creating, someone who's showing compassion and nurture for their family, for their friends, by being that guy or gal, that go-to person that the people around you depend upon. But you can't have the wisdom when it's trapped. Okay, wisdom is a memory without a distorted emotional charge in the body, and then you give your gift to the world around you. And what could be more beautiful than that? What could be more beautiful than that? Being able to contribute to someone else because you've shown love to yourself, because you've contributed to your own life first and foremost. Okay, it's all you, babe. Self-love is the key to happiness, because if you don't have self-love, you're separating your side. You're blaming yourself for past events. You don't have a time machine. But in this moment, you can say, I did the best I could. Certain behavior I don't excuse, but I'm moving forward. I'm moving forward into my future, and I'm going to help myself. I'm going to help other people, and I'm going to live the life that I want to live. And I'm going to round out now because there's the cutest puppy walking past me right now, and I think that's a perfect cue to end this video. So from my heart to yours, guys, wherever you are in the world, sending you light and sending you love. Peace.